Hello, I'm John, the executive producer here at Final Show Films. I got a few notes for you before the show. First, I want to thank you all for watching. We couldn't do what we do or the amount of things that we do without the support of you, the viewer. If you want to support us financially, which we always appreciate, you can go to our Patreon page at patreon.com/fsfilms, where you can donate as little as $1 a month to help us continue this and all the things that we do. I want to give a special shout out to our $25 supporters, Antitonic, Waterflame, and Samantha Bates. Second, I want to let you all know that we here at Final Show Films are planning a little get-together up at Gen Con this year. That's August 2nd through 5th up at Indianapolis. We're going to be up there just sort of hanging out, enjoying the con, spending time together, and if any of you guys want to come up and say hi, please feel free. We don't bite unless you want us to. And if you enjoy whatever it is you're about to watch or listen to, be sure to check out our website at finalshowfilms.com, where you can find links to all of our other content, both podcast and video. And be sure to follow me at John A. Bates on Twitter for more updates on all of the content we're creating in the future. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy. And we're live! Hello everybody and welcome back to Gran Terra Rebirth. I'm John, the executive producer here at Final Show Films and orchestrator of this world of madness. Joining me today is William.
Hi, I'm William and I'm playing Gashker Stormcaller, the half-orc Storm Herald Barbarian.
And Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I am playing Selena, the Fire Genasi Wild Maid Sorcerer who does not have time for all this shit.
And Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara. I am playing Hope Azamar Rogue Barbarian.
And Aaron.
Hi, I'm Aaron, and I am playing Lulu, the Blood Hunter Halfling.
And Cody.
Cody, I'm playing Korbyn, the Human Battlemaster.
And Jack.
Hey everybody, I'm Jack, and I'm playing Gwynferon, the High Elf divination wizard. Sorry, forgot my magic school there for a minute.
So when last we left off, the group sort of split up in two different ways as they were waiting for the results of Galadir, the High Elf wizard's interrogation of a commander of the opposing forces, him and his 4 clones, or his 4 simulacrum, however you want to phrase it. And while doing so, the group split apart, going in 2 different directions. Gashkar, Lulu, and Gwynferon, the 3 new folks to the group, going off into a magnificent mansion conjuration of Gwynferon's, while Hope and Selena went off to have a private conversation, and Korbyn went to check on his what is... Ox. He's an ox, that's right.
War ox?
For some reason, I was trying to think he was a bull, but I was like, no, that's not right. He's not a bull.
It's an ox.
It's an ox. It's ox.
Yeah.
Bosco, yes. Hope and Selena having a deep and meaningful heart-to-heart about what the fuck was followed by Korbyn getting pranked the hardest by the random stablekeeper at the Adventurers Guild, so hard that he fell face first into a pile of hay. Afterwards, Korbyn and Hope got together for drinks, and then Hope asked Korbyn out for drinks later on. And then, following all of that, the 3 of them decided to reconvene outside the mysterious floating door that is Gwynferon, well, currently invisible, that is Gwynferon's magnificent mansion. Gwynferon, after about a few hours, you get the sense that you should go open the door.
Okay. So yeah, he will crack his knuckles, stand up from wherever the 3 of us are, and go out and swing the front door open.
And standing out there, you see Hope, Korbyn, and Selena, who are sort of on the approach, trying to figure out exactly where the door was. And then the 3 of you, as you're walking towards the area, you just see a door open in the middle of thin air, and Gwynferon standing there.
Fuck, magic always gets me.
Yep.
Hungry, thirsty, tired. Come on in. I've got everything set already.
Sure. Fine.
Sure.
Yep. Let's do this.
Walk in.
What's it look like?
Hang on, we're waiting for the third response. Selena's just twisting her face right now.
Fine.
All right. The three of you go in. Gwynferon, take it away.
So you see these sweeping granite columns that tower 3 stories above as you arrive through this open entry hall into the mansion. There's skylights overhead, and despite it being evening, there's this diffused sunlight that's sort of illuminating these plant groves that are growing on either side. And there's sort of an architectural face of stone in front of you with balconies poking out from the 3rd and 2nd stories. They overlook the entry, and there's on the ground level in front of you is a large set of wooden double doors that lead inside the mansion proper. They have brass fittings and latches securing them, and Gwynferon will simply walk up past these 3 little misty gnomish figures that are silently tending the trees and herbs that are planted in the beds on the sides of the entry hall. And he'll just sort of gesture, and the doors will swing open, allowing you entrance to the interior. As you come in through those double doors, there's these pale arcane lights that are embedded in natural crystal growing out from carved stone cornices throughout each of the rooms. There's a slight smell of like incense and herbs that flavors the air, and there's trunks of trees and thick vines that kind of grow in and out of the various rooms themselves and are incorporated into the structure. It kind of feels like a slightly curated ruin almost, but still built fairly well. There's staircases on either side that spiral up. They have shallow treads, high risers leading to the upper floors. Most of the furnitures and fixtures are composed of stone, wood, other natural substances. There's a few metallic fixtures and decorations that are fairly roughly worked and pretty heavily tarnished. But there's a tall, ghostly tiefling that sort of nods to you but doesn't say anything. And Gwynferon just sort of gestures at him. Just tell him anything that you need. He'll get everything handled for you.
Yeah. Okay, whatever.
This is weird. Okay. So what's his name? Hi? I'm gonna wave at the ghost.
He'll nod, but he won't speak to you.
Okay. This is all right. So where are we going for this meeting? So we have to plan stuff.
Well, if we have to plan things, I think having it over a meal might be helpful. Orders?
Food of some sort.
Anything but seafood.
Okay, that's fine. Sounds good.
I'll have a venison steak. With some meat.
Wine.
You need food too, Selena.
That's a matter of debate.
Okay.
And for you, Hope?
I'll have that, I guess. Sure. Food. I don't know.
Excellent. Make it for 3. He'll take you into through the kitchens into a dining room in the far back, where I assume that's probably where Gashkar and Lulu are.
Yep.
Probably. Lulu's probably in the middle of trying to challenge Gashkar to an arm wrestling match.
Sure, we'll indulge this.
Give me opposed athletics rolls.
Which probably looks a little weird because Lulu is not particularly big.
Cushions.
Oh.
So it's pretty close. Gashkar, Gashkar, Lulu's strength surprises you more than anything else. Lulu's still not strong enough to beat you at this, but you didn't just immediately stomp her either.
I was surprised.
Yeah.
According to the dice, you have a plus 17, so yeah.
I do. I have a plus 7 strength score and expertise in athletics.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yep.
Because the prodigy feat is really useful.
Also, that is a correct number.
No, I wasn't questioning it. I was just joking that I did better than anyone had right to expect.
Yeah.
You rolled. Yes, you rolled Gashkar's modifier.
Yep.
All right. So the
Food will take about 20 minutes to show up.
If you all gather into this room,
It's definitely a moment of, you put up more of a fight than just about anyone that I've ever had to do this with. As she's just kind of slowly inching you down towards the side of the table.
Oh, arm wrestling.
Well, it's not fun if I don't fight against it.
Oh no, I am praising your strength. There are very few who can get this close to matching me.
And once it's really clear that there isn't coming back, Lulu will just tap out. Then look up. Oh, hey.
Hi. So
Hey.
apparently we have to do some planning. So we're here.
Excellent. After the meeting, rooms are available for everyone on the second floor.
Good. Might go out.
Of course.
Yep.
But we have to plan because that's what we're here for, and let's get this over with. So
I thought the
We have
ghosts
to-
were handling the food planning. confused.
no, the planning of the things we're going to talk over the food, or we could just start now. So we have to go into we have to stop this. We have to get the tower up.
We have to
and
go in the
running.
tower.
Yes, we have to go in the tower. The other option was to go and find and destroy all of the little tiny cults that are sort of feeding this tower, which is a good idea, but Selena and I talked it over and we like going to the tower better.
I mean,
I
there
agree.
is a third option, which is we could let the world get ruined and crushed. But
Nope, that's not an option. Okay.
I'm not
I
saying that
would
it's an option we should
strongly
go
advise
with.
against that.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying it's an option we should go with. I'm just saying that it is an option.
The
Oh, yeah,
only
I'm laying
thing,
out all of the possibilities on the table. Me slamming my head in that door repeatedly is an option. But
you're not gonna do it.
right.
Exactly. So why bring it up? Okay.
Insight check. Is Selena going to slam her head in a door?
I'd roll insight.
19.
Well, you can roll
No.
deception or persuasion, or not roll at all.
Or just not roll.
But Gwyn is
Not-
looking at Selena like that might be a viable option, and he would not be entirely surprised if she did go do that.
Not
The only-
not unless she gets annoyed enough with the people in this room.
So Gwynfron plans for a future where he needs to pad all of the doors in this building next time he makes it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The only consideration would be that Yarrow needs to find someone, a cultist who trying to remember what she told me about that. A cultist that she was looking for in the Sandcastle of Doom before it crumbled into dust. So
I'm trying to remember if
We
she
may
told
still
you his
want to-
name.
yes,
Yes,
she did.
we
She
don't
did.
remember.
It's the
Ekin.
same guy I
Ekin.
was always looking
Yeah.
for.
Ekin.
Yeah.
So we're looking for someone named Ekin, who was one of the lieutenants in the tower, and I suspect
thought
that once
He was
we
dead.
no,
Sorry, what?
Mm.
why do you think he was dead?
Oh,
Here,
I've looked into a number of your enemies, and many of them simply end up dead, either by your hand or others. So let me see what I can find. Does anyone have a rough physical description of this Ekin?
I don't think.
point
we
at
ever
Yarrow.
Met him. Yeah.
'Cause
Yarrow has no description.
Oh,
Yes, I've never
no.
heard the name.
Just as a reminder, those of you who were there, I believe he was the one interested in aberrations.
Was he? I'm trying to remember.
We got his
Yeah.
interest in this sort of group of things. I don't.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Aaron
Here
actually
they
takes
are,
notes,
yeah.
so generally
Ekin,
I'm
I don't
inclined
have
to
anything
believe
Yeah,
for
whatever
Ekin.
I
they
was
say.
just saying I believe, so the GM can be like, nope, you wrote that down wrong.
Yeah. I don't
but
have
we
anything for
definitely
Ekin,
did
but-
get Ekin is interested in this class of
Yeah.
monsters.
I don't remember what you did to discover that particular information, so I'm not going to
We
say it's...
asked the undead. We asked the guy who was traveling with us who had intel on the place.
And
And
also,
check.
we first heard his name from Braun,
Okay.
that tiefling
Yeah.
money counter.
So aberrations were hang on.
Valda?
No, not Valda.
Because
Valda-
Agdasol used his
Yeah.
thing to try and figure out which way
So
we need.
the things that Agdasol sensed were undead, dragons, aberrations, monstrosities, and
Yes.
fiends.
Yeah.
And I think we're elemental.
And elementals, yes, and there were elementals
Yeah.
as well.
And we were asking which, if any of those, which of the dudes might be interested in.
Yep.
Yeah,
okay.
Galore had monstrosities. Valda had fiends. As far as I know, Nautilus didn't know anything about Ekin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, never mind. I probably wrote it down wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have anything written down for Ekin particularly. I didn't have anything for Valda or Ekin. I had some for everyone else. But yeah.
I
Okay,
take notes.
so,
I
no,
don't
we
have
don't-
handwriting.
Yeah.
That's-
Aberrations.
we don't know anything
Aberrations
about
may
it.
have been related to the dwarf.
Okay.
Orin?
Odin, yeah.
Orin?
Ah.
I
He was the
don't
one
actually know any of
cuts
this,
off
so I
people's
should
hands and
probably
feet.
shut up.
Yes, I have that part.
Alright.
Yeah, we don't know anything about him. We just know the
Hmm.
name and we have to find him.
Well,
Yep.
I'll
So
see what I have access to then.
you said
Carry
you
on.
could find some more information out about. How long would that take? You need like uninterrupted
30.
time.
30 seconds to 5 minutes, probably.
Okay.
Are you casting a spell, Glenferon?
He's gonna cast scrying
Okay. Let me see the details.
for starters. Basically, if the target is on the same plane of existence, has to make a Wisdom saving throw, he'll get a +5 modifier against a DC. I think mine's at 18 right now. Yes.
And do you know if it fails or succeeds? I mean,
I will know if it fails or succeeds.
Like, do you know
if
why it
it's-
fails? I guess is the question.
Not necessarily. No.
Okay.
I'll know if it fails or succeeds, but if it fails, it'll just be can't find him right now.
Let me look at a thing. Yeah. You do not get anything.
He is either strong of mind or well protected, would be my guess. I can try again tomorrow, perhaps.
I look at the rest of our side of the group. A ring, maybe. Like it could be a ring, like Umbra had, or something of that sort.
Oh,
Yes, there are a number of
Oh,
mystical
yes.
artifacts that can defend against certain aspects of my abilities and training. And Selena is showing off her ring of mind
Yep.
shielding or whatever she has.
Of non-detection, yeah.
Ah, yes. Quite like one of those, yes.
You said you've been watching like a bunch of our enemies to see who's died off, and some of
Well, yes,
some of
anyone,
Wait, what?
anyone who is
Yes.
rumored in connection with you had to, of course, investigate.
you want to give a list of like dead people?
And living people, if we're talking about our enemies.
Oh yeah, no.
And,
this
locations, where and when they sleep.
because this is weird.
Would you give? I will need some specificity. Who would you like to know about?
Why don't we just start at the top of your
Kalen, of
threat?
course, is quite deceased.
I know.
Of course you do. You were there.
Why don't you start at the top of your threat assessment list of the living and work your way down?
This is good. I like this order.
All right. So this is information that Gwyn has, but I, as the player, do not. Who would you guys suggest?
I don't know who we have.
Who doesn't Hope like that? Like Agdasol worked for?
Cal.
Cal. Cal's not on my enemy list.
Cal is on my enemy list. I don't like Cal.
Did we kill the one that was fighting with Umbra? That was on Umbra's side, the masked one.
Oh,
The
Nocta.
fighter chick.
Yeah.
Nocta.
The one who didn't talk.
I don't remember that. I was too busy trying to murder Umbra. Who is
Yeah.
this?
No,
The lady with the sword.
Yeah.
Oh, that
It was
bitch.
it hurt a lot. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, fuck her.
Yeah, she was really early on. So Cal, yeah, Nocta,
He's not a bad guy.
is Nautilus. I want to know about Nautilus.
Is
let's
Nautilus
see.
on our enemies list? Should we have
No,
killed that
actually.
motherfucker?
No, he's not on the enemy list. Let's see who else. That other wizard in Underhold who Selena was mean to, and nearly got us transported someplace weird.
Talking about?
The lady with the blue robes who's in the same group as
Elisaria RNA.
There we go.
Oh, fuck that bitch. I remember her.
She still brought us to the place we wanted to go to. I'm not on your side here, Selena. Not on your side.
I like how you were going to give Gwen a list of your enemies, and you started listing down people about whom you want gossip.
Well, no, because we don't
Yes!
have that many.
Listen.
I think we've
What else
killed
are you gonna
most
use
of our
power
enemies is the
for?
problem.
So reminders would be reminders of people whom you have names and descriptions of: Galore and Valda.
That dragon. Do you know if the dragon's alive? Because otherwise we could go and steal his hoard or something.
Max and
No.
Max and Dantalus.
Well,
No.
No,
we
the
never.
cave dragon.
No, the cave dragon.
And
oh, that fucking cave dragon.
yeah,
What?
the cave dragon.
The
The one
underground
that
cave
killed
dragon.
me The second
Well,
time.
yeah, let's
okay.
go back and say hi to him. We've
Wow.
leveled up a bit since
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
Metaphorically.
Just walk in, just be like, "What's up?" This is our shit now.
Adventurers reach new level of petty.
I feel like it's that thing that everyone does in Skyrim with the Yeti.
Also, is this a new level?
We haven't met him, but there's a satyr running around apparently. Philodoxian, I think.
What?
Yes.
Yes.
I like how we
Where
were
did you
making
learn
John's idea of I don't have to do anything come true already.
Philodoxian is the satyr that tricked Lillian Watersong into the material plane from the Feywild. And
They
who-
want us to.
And
to
Lillian is
find.
hunting them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep. Ooh. Well, no, we can just go and look because
Gatkar's just kind of watching this exchange, completely amused with like a mug
Oh.
of meat, just kind of slowly sampling. Just
That motherfucking vampire who like fucking jump planes or shit or
Valda.
whatever.
Yeah.
That's Valda, that's
Just
right.
all of the lieutenants actually.
I don't remember
Valda.
I didn't remember
ooh,
any
the
names
lady.
in there besides Galen because I didn't give a shit about them. Now I do.
Yeah. No. Let me find their names. There's specifically Volda, and Galore. I want to know where, because she disappeared on us. And then
wasn't it
Oh.
Lord the Medusa?
yes.
I'm just gonna call Valda
And-
Walder because it's easier for me to remember, and I think it will annoy him a lot that somebody doesn't even bother to learn his name. He just gave off that sort of pretentious.
Let's see what else. Ooh, there's so many names. Let's see.
Lulu is clearly very attentive, but like with the look of a deeply confused puppy.
I feel like that's how most people who are hearing a group talk about their past exploits in a D&D game are.
You have certainly gone well out of your way to make interesting relationships along your adventures, I would say. I can take this list under advisement, though, and over the next few days, see what information I can gather.
I thought he said he already had information.
Yeah.
Can I make like a history check to see what I know about these
Sure, go
individuals
ahead.
specifically?
Go ahead.
Do you want me to roll separately for
single
each,
one.
or
No, let's get one general one.
okay? 14.
Natural
Jesus,
one.
that's terrible.
Natural one.
So,
not quite.
you never got a lot of information about the Shifting Sands, primarily because they're a very difficult organization to scry on. The upper echelons at the very least are very well protected, and you didn't have a lot of incentive to dig further down. You were just sort of casually acquiring curiosities. You know that Galore. You know that Galore is a Medusa of not insubstantial power, one that seems to be favored by their god. They're sort of the sort of primal god of both Medusa and Yuan-Ti. This sort of like these snake gods the anathemas and things that they create themselves, sort of favor of those. Wields very powerful divine magic and is very hard to scry on because of that. Valda, you have seen a few times, but for whatever reason, every time you have scryed on him, he has been doing nothing.
Right.
You're not certain what that is.
The
but
man
it kind of
sits there.
Well, it kind of irritates you because if you didn't know better, you would swear he knew you were scrying on him and was choosing those moments to not do anything.
Right. Fucking people with true sight, goddamn.
You know that Geld is actually Geldamalvius, is a black dragon, is an ancient black dragon. That sort of acted with the Shifting Sands, and based on his appearance alone, you're pretty certain that Kalen wasn't the actual leader of the Shifting Sands. He was more of a figurehead,
Right.
Based solely on the fact that their treasurer was an ancient black dragon.
Right.
No,
No, he's not in charge.
Urin, you have no idea. Urin, you've never been able to pick anything up. You've heard the stories of this weird barbaric dwarf and you've even gotten a good physical description of him, but every time you scryed, it's like whatever it is you're being described doesn't exist. It's not and you've done it often enough that you can conclude safely that either you have never had an accurate description of Urin, or Urin doesn't exist. You're not certain which one. You've never heard anything about Ekin, interestingly enough. This is the first... You've heard his name before? This is the first time you've ever heard anybody having any connection to him. That being Yarrow, and Yarrow doesn't have any additional information either. Ekin has been basically a cipher in your research this entire time.
What about Nocta?
Nocta, after the fall of Umbra, went on to basically consolidate the cult that she was sort of second in command of, and they sort of shifted out and moved with the world expanding. They actually moved into the Umbral Forest, and have been harassing the Elvish kingdom there as sort of a bandit force.
Okay. So he'll share all that information that he knows.
Elisaria, you have never scryed on because she is of a similar power level to Galadir and scares you.
Right. And Philodoxian is just... Those guys are hard to pin down.
Not only that, this is the first time you ever heard Philodoxians.
Oh, okay. Right. And I have no idea who this satyr is you're talking about.
Because Philodoxian is not related to them. Philodoxian is related to Lillian Watersong, which is part of the Valor Sanguinus.
Right. Right. So,
how long have you been...
some of that information. About a year.
A year?
Thereabouts.
Wait, say that.
How long has it been in game time? It has not been a year, right? It's been
like 5 months.
Several months. Yeah. Uh-huh.
He's an oracle. He kind of scries into the future at times. I thought we covered this.
It's still creepy as all get out. Why did you
There's a
start?
difference between sort of scrying into the future and specifically keeping an eye on.
Well, I had to make sure you weren't going to get into anything that you couldn't handle. You have destinies to fulfill, like most of us do. Just yours happen to actually be important.
So to be clear, because I was typing in the process, he's been paying attention to us longer than we've been.
Yeah.
A group. Is that right?
Uh-huh.
He's been looking into the circumstances around you as a group longer than you have been a group, yes.
Okay. So she fixes him with a look. I've got a question then.
Do tell.
If you were familiar with such thing, you've been keeping an eye to make sure we didn't get anything into anything we couldn't handle. What would you call losing people?
Which people?
Along the way. Just people. People who were part of the group.
There is a specific minimum for your destiny to be properly fulfilled. I intend to assist as I may in ensuring that happens to the degree with which you all choose to pursue it. I do not, however, believe in trespassing upon the rights of individuals to self-determine their actions as much as any of us are capable of such. Do my abilities and training lend themselves to the point where I could put myself in the position of being at a point where my choice in a given moment may spell the difference between someone's life or death? Yes, of course, absolutely. But there is a level of ethical standard to which I hold myself that makes it sometimes less than clear as to which choice I have to make.
And for a clarification for Jack's purposes, for Monferon, there are two individuals that you have. There are three individuals currently that you know are connected to this party, but you have never been able to divine anything about or scry on.
Mm-hmm.
Nyx, 5, and
Galadir?
No, Nyx, 5, and Nero. The individuals that possess a part of Eidos, that are a part of Eidos incarnate, your vision cannot see.
Mm-hmm.
So just as a clarification for you in particular.
Right. Nix 5 and
Can
Nero.
I
Yep.
get
He's
is
not
that an insight
going to say
roll?
anything about that right now.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Oh, poor him.
Okay, so I'm trying to sort of figure out. Lulu's trying to figure out what if Gwynferon realizes that he's entirely being bad at the people communicating,
I mean, make an insight
or
roll.
if he's doing this intentionally, or
It
if he genuinely doesn't realize how much he's poking the wrong button.
Make an insight roll.
I did.
They did. It was
Natural
a
20.
20.
It's mostly directed
Yes.
at Jack, but
He has no fucking clue if he's stepping into the right squares on this this hopscotch board.
So
okay.
she walks up to him, pats him on the shoulder, and punches him in the nose.
Give me an unarmed attack roll.
I'm gonna give myself advantage on this because I'm
not
Go ahead.
so that'll just be dexterity basically.
Wild mages and divination
16.
wizards.
What's your AC? Went for on?
15.
So you have a flash in your brain that you should probably move your head to the side, but it comes just a second too late.
God damn it! You ruined
As you
my
get punched in the face.
my punchline, Jack or John. Did you see that coming, asshole?
Not in time.
All right. Anyways, what are we gonna do? He turns and looks to the rest of the group.
You take 1 point of damage, good for us.
Okay.
Actually, what's your strength,
cool.
Selena?
1 point of damage. My strength is 10.
Okay, yeah, 1 point of damage.
Badoop.
Are we just walking right up to the tower and
I mean, do you know another way in?
Was that directed at Gwynferon, or was that in general?
Yeah, just to anybody in general.
Oh, I'm still contemplating whether I want to hit him. Okay. Just. No, there isn't. I don't think so. Not that I know of.
I feel as if our path is relatively clear. We enter the tower, ascend as high as we can, demolish what demons are in our way, and set the world right again.
yes, it is definitely going to be that simple.
Yeah.
Any encounters on the way are simply obstacles in our path to be overcome.
I like this one. It's going to be fun to watch him break. Sorry.
The curse returns.
There are only two male characters in the party currently.
That is the unfortunate consequence of Selena is too angry at all these people to take the time to learn their names or anything else yet.
So when are we going? Are we gonna buy anything? Preparing? We don't know
I'm
what we're gonna
peachy.
find in there.
Well, I mean, we have all the stuff we got from the water thing, so we're good if the tower is a giant fishbowl this time.
Yeah.
Some level of preparation would probably be very wise.
All right. So
also, Gwynferon, you cannot see into the Tower of the Gods.
Right.
that's
No,
my
I
next question.
assumed that much.
So seer of the future, what's in the tower?
Well, there are certain places on even the material plane that are shielded from divination magic, certain individuals as well. The tower interior being one, individuals touched by the goddess of entropy, another. Can't really tell much about those individuals, even at the best of times. So we will have to be on alert for anyone of that temperament that we might run across. But as far as entering the tower goes, I can make requests of individuals more intelligent than myself as to whether or not any particular plan would be likely to invoke a favorable result.
Right.
Well, I say we just go in because it's just gonna be our just dancing in the middle. Okay. Because it's just gonna be our subconscious nightmares, plus, a demon or two. So I don't know what we can do to prepare for that.
Nothing.
Besides-
Whatever we prepare for is absolutely going to be run completely contrary to what actually happens.
Besides try and figure out, because we've and correct me if I'm wrong, GM, but the tower is infested with demons or devils, because there's differences between
Demons.
those. Demons? Okay. Have we encountered any demons? Have we encountered any demons besides the one we saw in the tower the last time we went in? The things with
Nope.
with Valda were devils, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
As far as you're aware, you have encountered no demons.
Okay. No idea.
Because they're all in the tower.
Who knows?
Can we get a roll to see what we know about demons?
Sure. Give me
Yeah.
a religion check.
Let's try it.
I'd say can I make a case
27.
for Arcana, but it's the same roll. 12.
9.
Hope.
No
Hope.
clue.
Demons are bad.
Yep. I didn't pay attention beyond that.
Jeremy, demons come from the abyss the plane, not the abyss.
Right. That's true. No, we did do a little bit of thinking about this
Yeah.
earlier when we almost went into the abyss.
Yeah, because you were planning on potentially going. They are chaotic in nature, also typically evil, not always, but mostly chaotic evil. They exist to wreak havoc and destroy. There are as many different types of them as there are types of anything else that exists. All different elemental flavors and sort of twisted disruption of nature. They corrupt. They tend to have a sort of universally corrupting influence. They tend to make people who are already chaotic lean more in that direction through their interactions with them. Gwynferon, they are the antithesis of devils. Where devils are all sort of very orderly and lawful and planning and pact making and contract signing and deal negotiations. Demons are just sort of break shit, take what you want. They're not one for planning. They're not one for making plans, which is why it's interesting that they planned far enough ahead to fuck with the tower at all. But they tend to be not isolationist, but they tend to be sort of selfish, sort of in for themselves, in for their own personal benefit and gain, which is part of why they can never really get an upper hand on devils or angels in the sort of the Celestial War. That's sort of all your general knowledge that you guys have.
And I haven't gained any specific knowledge about any rumors of specific demons that are in the tower, have I?
No, because you can't scry.
As you can't scry. Yeah. It will be interesting to eventually see whether, once I'm inside, I can scry to other locations once I've reached the exterior.
You could just walk in.
That's what I'm talking about.
I know, but you can't by yourself.
Yes, but that's frequently less efficient and more dangerous. So to minimize risk, I like to use the third eye whenever possible.
Do I still get... tell me if, Jack, you want me to roll again. Do I still get the sense that he doesn't realize he's being told, go to hell?
You get the sense that Gwyn tends to take personal face-to-face interactions very much at face value. He doesn't trust his physical eyes nearly as much when it comes to the potential for illusion, deception, that sort of thing. But if someone says something directly to his face and he doesn't see an immediate reason to mistrust it, he's willing to deal with them as if they're being forthright.
Okay.
So what you're saying is he's the one to send to talk to Cal.
He's not very interested in the possibility of subtext. Got it.
Yeah, no. He doesn't have time for subtext.
Okay.
All right, so we have to go in.
I
At about this point, food gets set down in front of all of you, and drink and wine.
I feel like we should get a night's rest and then walk into that bitch.
I am agreed with this plan.
Because
I'll pick up a
any
few
planning
things
we
to the
make
city,
will
but
be...
certainly.
I would like to buy a couple things first. Tomorrow, when the shops are open.
Shopping's good.
Mainly things that will hopefully help keep us alive. Should the need
Yep.
arise. I have an inkling that it might, but you know, maybe not.
Planning's good.
Well,
Yep.
Feel free to enjoy your dinners, of course. Any who wish to stay at very, very low rents of absolutely free are welcome to rooms on the top floor, baths towards the rear of the structure. Those who already have arranged lodging for themselves will simply have to arrange a place to reconvene tomorrow before entering the tower then.
Gashkar has kind of been like observing the entire group for a minute, and something just kind of pops into her head at this point, basically. I count no healers among your number.
That's what the shopping trip's for.
I can heal a little.
Potions of healing would indeed be a good investment.
I can heal a little as well, but like a cut that you get from stubbing your toe.
I know
I
how to
kill them
patch
quicker
people
than
up.
they can hurt me.
I like you. That tends to be my strategy as well.
The motto of any widow main.
As someone who plays the mercy to your widow, no, not really.
I mean, you
Not always.
You guys could always find a cleric to hire if you really wanted to.
I know how to patch people up.
You know a couple.
Are you equipped with medical supplies then, Lulu?
Mm-hmm. I can get
Good.
more, but I
Good.
have some.
We should be well prepared for this fight. No reason to waste our fates.
Quite so.
A fate is a terrible thing to waste.
It's stupid.
So
Okay.
Tomorrow we equip ourselves. and
I
march
agree.
back.
I was mocking the concept of fate.
Good.
Dryly.
Good. Well, this was great. I'm gonna take my dinner and just go because fresh air sounds really good. Bye. I'm
Me
gonna pick up
too.
the plate.
Me too.
Leave.
As I grab
cannot
two bottles
wait
of
for this.
wine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, can I arcana this? Because I have a feeling there's a...
Make an Arcana roll.
Hope's just leaving because she doesn't care.
Korbyn is just like eating like, oh, later, guys.
16.
What level spell is Magnificent Mansion?
7th.
7th.
You're not certain. You don't know anything about the spell. You've never cast it before. You've never really seen it cast before or experienced it. So, as far as you're aware, taking the bottles outside should be fine.
All right. Well, I'm walking behind.
Corbin, Adventurers Guild.
I
And
What?
later. And I'm going out the door. I'm leaving.
So, Hope, you sort of step out. You
Yep.
step out, and you notice something weird as you do. You sort of, as you step out, you look down, and the plate and the food that was on the plate has become sort of this ethereal blue. and as you sort of step through the door, and you sort of take one more step, and it just blows away.
I stop right at the edge of the door,
Ah.
chug one of the bottles.
All right, and then you exit.
Yes.
All right, so the
Wait.
the
Are you
bottles.
saying you just pounded an entire bottle of wine in
Yes.
one go? DM, I
It's
think
the-
she needs to make a con save.
It's the Archer moment of
Yep.
Sure, give me a Constitution saving throw, Selena.
I'm so pleased.
22.
You're fine.
Iron stomach.
You step outside the
Given
bottles.
value of fine. Jeez.
You also feel yourself suddenly get very empty.
Oh.
You haven't digested any of it yet.
I mean,
Because it was just sitting there.
yeah,
He belched blue.
that is an odd interpretation.
I always take it. I take it if you take the time to digest it, it stays with you. But because you literally, like, if you pour it into a cup and walk out, it goes away.
Uh-huh.
So you haven't actually had time to digest it. You just put it in your stomach and you walk out. I think it would go away.
You just belch a cloud of blue smoke.
So what you're saying is that if you eat poisoned food inside one of these things and you feel yourself starting to get sick, if you run outside the mansion, you're okay.
Only if the poison food was made from the mansion.
Yeah.
Although theoretically, if it starts to affect you, you started to metabolize it. But
Yeah.
that's a different story.
Yeah, that's how.
And you
Like,
start
yeah.
to metabolize it the second it enters. Anyways,
Little off track.
this is what
but we're
happens
back.
when you try
Yep.
to mix real world science and magic.
Yeah.
That's fine. I mean, it took me a while to down that whole thing, so I assume I'm still a little bit.
Yeah, you're a little buzzed still.
Yeah. Good enough. And I don't even have to spray the walls with any color later.
So, Hope and Selena take off. Korbyn, you're left behind with the other three.
I'm eating. I got a mouthful of venison steak right now.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
Gashkar's like tearing into the majority of a boar.
Yeah, no, and you guys will notice the food is kind of traditional High Elven preparation style in terms of cuisine,
Salt.
but
It is a
There's
large
salt
quantity
provided.
of meat. Beyond that, Lulu does not care.
Jack, make me
Yeah.
an intelligence saving throw.
Intel save 16.
While you were thinking
That's
about, researching and such, you did get you just got a feeling in the back of your head about whenever you decide to do long-term periods of research, going to the Black Archives might be useful.
Good call. Yes.
Good call, me.
Yeah.
Just said that.
Having a seer on the team is fun. I get to play with things.
Yup.
So, Korbyn, you eventually finish your food.
Yep.
What are you doing?
And yeah, I'll head. If nobody wants to talk, I'll head over to the Adventurers Guild.
All right. Hope and Selena, having left much earlier than this, where are you two heading? I know where Hope's heading. Selena.
Well, it'll take a while because I figure he's eating.
Celine's probably to the guild, but just to get a room.
All right.
Somewhere to sleep for the night.
You head back to the guild and get a room.
Yep.
I
And I
wander
go up to the
around
room
for a
and I
bit.
get alcohol to the room, and
There you go.
that's what happens for me that night.
Hey, you get to have the taste of pounding back an extra bottle of wine that you didn't actually get drunk off of.
Right? Greatest day ever.
It's
We lost
probably
Cody.
Elven
Cody lost.
too.
Cody's power went out. He'll be back in a bit.
Oh no.
Shit.
So after Korbyn leaves, or
Well, Hope, what were you doing?
I'm gonna wander around for a while and see what there is to do because I haven't been back in the city for a while and I can travel across it fairly fast because background that I never use because we haven't been in core. So
So, is there anything in particular you're looking like? You're just looking for like distraction, entertainment? What are you looking for?
I'm looking for a fancy party to crash
Give me an
because we're
investigation
rich
roll.
now.
Investigation.
What
Our rich
investigation? Yes.
I mean, you guys are rich. I have not a single coin to my name.
18.
See,
That's a
that's
terrible
your
roll.
problem.
Yeah, I'm hearing a Gashkar problem. I am not hearing a Selena problem.
Gashkar has not a single coin to her name. That's true. Gashkar also has a plus 17 to athletic checks.
Right.
And a wyvern.
And a
And a
wyvern.
wyvern.
Yes.
Yeah. So, just for no reason at all, Hope, you find yourself wandering past the Misfits Respite.
Yeah. Go in.
Sounds like-
say hi.
It sounds like there's activity going on inside.
Oh God.
Do it.
Is
I'm
that
gonna-
a fight you're looking to get into right now?
Not a fight, it's an opportunity.
Maybe. Fights are fun. Yeah, I'll go in. I'll sort of put the hood up, try and obscure my features, and go in.
You step to the door. Immediately, you see the best policy are there. The whole group of them, led by their very charming tiefling warlock. They're sort of let me get the names of them. There it is. Sharoon. Sharoon is sort of standing on a table with his cane off to one side, holding his hat, apparently using it as a prop to sort of indicate some body that he's talking about. He seems to be regaling both the best policy and the other patrons of the tavern, which there are several. The tavern's fairly packed tonight, with a story of how he apparently got this, sort of got away from a man he was cuckolding, in a town in one of the towns north of Kor. And it's sort of being such body tale is being received as body tales often are, with raucous laughter and as he perhaps over embellishes the very by the skin of his teeth escape that he had due to clumsy circumstance and happenstance and things like that. And you sort of, as you walk in, sort of on the tail end of it, just catching the last sentence of, so there I was, completely naked except for my hat, running through a field of wildflowers. It looked almost like you could put it on the front of a copper store romance novel. And there's people laughing and chuckling about it, and he sort of gets back, takes a bow, gets back down. The drow bartender is standing, sitting behind the bar, looking right at you because you walked in, and he's a good bartender and knows when people enter his establishment. Just sort of leans on the table and looks at you to see if you're going to come over to get a drink.
Yeah, I'll go over. Whiskey.
Very well. Pours a drink, slides it over to you. That'll be 5 copper.
I slide 5 copper over.
Thank you. So, is there anything else I can do for you tonight?
No, just seeing...
The big winged dragonborn chef comes stomping out of the kitchen to deliver food to various tables.
Just seeing what's going on in town. It's been a while.
Oh, not much right now. Just listening to Sharoon tell us one of his daring escapes from jilted lovers and lovers' husbands.
Oh, is that who that is? Hmm.
He just smiles at you. He's seen you up close before, so
Dang it.
the
Have
hood doesn't
we?
really
Okay,
help.
I wasn't sure if I said at the bar or not. Okay. Nope. Just seeing. And I'm gonna sip my drink and we'll people watch for a little bit.
All right, let me know if you need anything else. And he sort of steps off down to one side to fill a drink for another regular. What?
I want to see if anyone's planning anything in here. Because this is... I know what this is.
Give me a perception
I
check.
know what this place is. Alright. 17.
I mean, there's a lot of people talking.
Mhm.
You're not quite. Give me an investigation check.
Okay. 18. Rolls are crap.
So you managed. So just sort of listening around, there's definitely a lot of talking. There's also a lot of coded talking, which you're familiar with as being someone who knows thieves' cant. It seems like the Sharoon's group and another couple of people are talking in code as well as going back and forth with their story. You know enough to know that they're talking in code, but you don't know their specific references. Thieves' cant, in addition to certain established things, is also a series of references that can be said in a conversation that only mean something to people who know the references.
Yep.
So it's one of those things where even if you do know thieves' cant enough to recognize it, you don't necessarily know what they're saying. So you can definitely tell that some sort of job is being planned here, and Sharoon is definitely in on it. He's part of the plan making, but you can't tell what.
I'll go over and say hello, because we've worked with them before.
Yep.
I wasn't here for those games, but
Yeah.
we worked with them.
He looks over at you. Ah, Hope. Good to see you. How's it been?
It's been a while.
Been a while. Last time I saw you, you guys were helping us out with a little snatch and grab over at a rich guy's mansion, and your fiery little lady friend really knows how to start a party, let me tell you.
Yep. What I never actually heard what happened. She didn't tell any of us how it went. Just came back really fast.
Oh man, no.
Quiet.
It was something. You should probably ask her for the details though, but let me tell you, that was probably the most explosive finale I've ever had to a job. Let's just say.
Yeah.
Doesn't this guy work with a bomb specialist?
Yes.
That bomb specialist has never let a bomb go off in the midst of a crowd of civilians.
Wild sorceress.
That's fair.
Yep. Yeah, no, she's something.
Yep. Is there anything I can do for you? You looking for something? You looking for a job or something like that?
No, not a job. Just sort of seeing what's going on around here, because it's been a while since I've been out of town.
No, mostly with the siege and everything that I hear just got broken. There's been a lot of tasks that need to be done that weren't able to be done prior, so... Tonight is for reveling with the celebration of the siege being broken, but tomorrow the contracts return, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of us over at the guild doing a lot of work.
Yep,
Yeah.
lots of,
Yep.
got a job tomorrow too, so.
Oh, well, fun.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
Insight check to see if because they're planning something. 10!
I mean, I can roll. I don't know if he can. I don't know if he can roll lower than that though.
God. The terror. Oh wait, no, it wouldn't be 10. It would be for me. It's 8 plus.
Yeah, you can't roll less than a 10.
If it's a deception, it'd be so.
Oh, no, you're not.
15 is my lowest.
I know.
Check,
Hope
actually.
is
Inquisitive.
multi-classed and thus
Yeah.
isn't high enough level for that reliable talent yet. So what would it be?
No. It'd be 15.
15?
For my lowest. Yep.
You know, he's almost impossible to read. Sort of like everything he says has these. Everything he says, and that's part of why his stories are so good. Everything he says has the tried and true cadence of believable. That even if he were to tell you about how he leapt over the Tower of the Gods and landed on the moon, you'd still have a hard time doubting him. He's just that sort.
It's
That's the way he
Azula
talks.
and Toph in the underground below the Fire Kingdom.
Yeah, that's just how he talks. He just has that cadence, and it's really hard to tell when he's bullshitting.
All right. Yep. Well, hope the parties are good.
Oh, they're going to be. Oh, if you need any help, by the way, feel free to ask. We've got a wide variety of talents that would certainly be looking for any extra work we can get. So let us know if you need any help.
Oh no, we're good. We've got a big enough group.
Sure. He just smiles at you.
I'm
Twirls his
going
hat.
to. Yeah, I'm gonna go away. I don't like him. I don't like
Well.
people who are talkers.
Well, look forward to seeing you around here again. Drop by anytime you want to hear a good story, he says as you head out.
Yep, lots of stories. Okay. Yeah. I'll finish the drink and then go. And keep stalling because Cody's not back.
So, meanwhile, back
Yes.
in the Gwynferon's magnificent mansion, Korbyn has just left. Lulu, Gashkar, and Gwynferon.
Okay. So Lulu probably
Jack, you're muted.
has just as much food as the other two, if not more. But
Yeah.
takes much longer to actually eat it because she is about half of the functional size. Yeah. But when
Gwyn
she's
actually does not eat very much. Mhm.
No, it's
other
Gashkar
two
and
meaning
Lulu
the
who
two
are-
other fighters.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
it's Gashkar and Lulu eating like entire animals, and then Gwynferon has a plate and like a salad.
Well, no, he doesn't do salad. He does cheese.
Of course he does.
But once he finishes, he'll sort of, and Korbyn give him a wave, probably walk him to the door, and he'll come back. Well, if it is indeed only the three of us for the rest of the evening, there was a topic I wanted to broach with both of you.
Okay.
It's a bit obscure. I haven't dealt with anything of this nature in my research prior, and I am still attempting to tease out the various threads and just see how applicable it is. Obviously, none of you have seen this face of mine before today, but signs do point that we have met before.
Do I get that sensation of familiarity with either of these two?
Make me a charisma saving throw.
Do I also get that
I
throw?
actually have
Yeah.
a positive
Also, make me a
bonus to
charisma
that.
saving throw.
18. We both have the same charisma. We made the same roll.
Aw.
Yes,
Aw.
the two of you both have this sort of tingling sense of familiarity. You can't quite place it. It's like somebody that you may have seen in a dream a long time ago.
Okay.
Just that sense of deja vu.
Yes, I got that sensation.
Excellent.
Someone,
Definitely smelled you before.
perhaps someone I've seen from far off or from distant memories.
And distant memories would probably be the closest that I could place it. Are you familiar with the cycle of worlds?
No.
No, I didn't think so.
You guys don't even have to roll on that. No.
I am familiar with
Uh-huh.
little more.
The plants grow in the spring, and they're cut down in the fall. And then we eat the farmers.
And the next spring.
And then we become the grass, and then the grass becomes the plants that feed the farmers.
That's actually not far removed from what I was getting at.
I'm familiar with little more than the heft of a weapon, the flight of a wyvern, and the orders of my tribe.
Consider then that the plants are the world, and the gods, specifically one of them, are both the winter and the spring. And when the world is destroyed, it is eventually rebuilt to begin the cycle anew. For most individuals, knowing this truth would have very little effect on their daily lives, except for those unfortunate enough to be wandering the surface of our world when the destroyer comes to consume the material plane in order that it may be rebuilt once more later. And that is what we were once upon a time. I have very little details, but our research and the divination that I have been able to uncover indicates that the three of us are individuals reborn from the previous cycle. We had some level of connection at that time. What the extent of that was, comrades, rivals, enemies, family even, I do not know. And as far as it concerns, rooting out the corruption in the tower may have very little bearing on that probably more pressing issue at the moment, but given that it connects the three of us, I thought it only right to at least inform you of what the omens seem to indicate.
You speak of Ran Carnal, the rebirth, cycle of lives given anew. It
Indeed.
is something that my tribe speaks of in religious tones, the idea that one who has fallen is born again to live a new life. Not on
Just so.
which you speak, but it is a concept that I have some familiarity with.
He'll look at Lulu to see what.
Make me an insight roll.
All right.
Where's my
11.
check? She is nodding as though she understands a word you said.
But I'm getting the idea that
But
she
you're
does
getting
not.
the sense that she's still a little bit confused about how winter factors into all of this. Like, she's clearly not the most well-read person. And fittingly enough, I'm getting a nosebleed, so I'm gonna have to step away for a second.
Okay. Yikes. Well, we'll see if that becomes relevant at any point in the near future. But For what it's worth, I suppose it's good to see you both again.
Well, similarly, it is strange to meet faces that I seem to be familiar with and yet have no personal experience with, but not an unpleasant experience.
Uh-huh. Or family, I guess. Or something. Pack.
Is it weird that I feel like Selena's already the reincarnation of Quinn?
Oh my god. Yeah, kind of.
If you want it to be.
No, I don't. Selena has I don't know. It's weird. But, I mean, racially flexible.
Yep.
Short, angry.
By the way, would you happen to have a training room somewhere within this home of yours?
Unfortunately, well, the entry hall is, of course, the closest thing we have to an outdoor section. Unfortunately, most of the room had to be devoted to my laboratory for that sort of purpose, and swinging a large weapon in there would likely have some undesirable effects.
I would seek a...
The entryway is about probably like 50 feet long and probably about 20 feet wide, I think, roughly-ish. So...
I mean, you do have control over the place.
If you want them to feel at home, it's probably good to consider remodeling.
All I ask for is a place to swing a weapon in practice and combat. I am not ashamed to say that. She kind of gestures to the massive food that she's kind of consumed. I'm not ashamed to say that I enjoy combat for a number of reasons, but not least among them is the fact that I particularly love food.
Okay, Brigitte.
Quite reasonable. I'll see to those adjustments next time.
Nope, she's not Brigitte. We don't have any healers. There's a big red no healers sign in the corner of the character select screen.
I said, you guys know a few clerics you could absolutely ask. Although the question is, how much do you trust Screech to heal you?
Was Screech a healer?
Screech is a cleric.
Oh god.
I'm essentially a 76. I have some healing potential.
I just kill it quickly.
All right. So, oh, good.
And I'm basically Widowmaker if she just had her ult up all the time and very little in the way of gun.
Lulu will look to... Why the fuck did you two do this to me? Gwenfron. You both made your characters at the same time.
With G name, yeah, that's fair.
And she will... And I kind of wanted to talk to you a little bit.
Of course.
I'm assuming Gashgar's gone off to train.
Find something to swing something at that's in a large enough room.
Yeah.
I mean, if she needs something to swing something at, he will volunteer some wooden chairs and stuff. There's at least that, and he doesn't mind if those get hacked to bits.
Yeah, she'll just gather a bunch of chairs to take into a particularly large room and use as targets.
Yep. Mm-hmm. You can find that. Mm-hmm. Lulu, Gwyn will guide you up to the library. It's there's just hundreds of books on all these shelves. They're identically bound in white and silver. There's a little ghostly female dwarf who's kind of traversing the room, investigating things, and apparently going through the motions of making sure everything's well organized. And there's a number of comfortable chairs and a couple little end tables and things like that. And he'll just take a seat and gesture for her to sit wherever she wants.
Yeah, she probably won't actually sit in a chair. She'll perch herself on top of a chair so that she has about an equivalent height.
Cool.
Yeah. She's really dexterous. She can balance on a chair head. Easily enough. You don't come from people, do you?
Most of my time has been spent in libraries and laboratories doing research and divination. I have a family, but I have not spent any time with them in at least a decade.
Everyone has family, blood ties, whatever. Gashgar and I come from our tribes, but when you're making a new tribe or trying to join two tribes that have been separated, you need to be you don't have to be nice, but you have to be social. And
yes, no, I thought this evening went very well. I invited everyone in. We shared a meal. Everyone seemed a bit standoffish, perhaps, but that's, I feel, probably to be expected.
No, it didn't.
On first day.
It didn't go well. It went bad. Very bad.
Oh.
I'm really surprised only one of them punched you. They're really
yes,
not all that
That
violent.
did seem to be
it's
a low.
weird.
It did seem to be did seem to be the low point of the evening.
Okay. Do you know social skills? People science?
Not much, no.
Especially when someone's lost people, they might lash out. You've got a new pup who's confused and hurt and angry and not used to things. They'll snap. And there are things you can say that help, and there are things you can say that don't help. And some of them are harder to know if you're helping or not, but you didn't do a good job at being nice to them. And I know you know that we'll eventually all get along and save the world together. And I know that Gashgar doesn't really care how we get there, but I think Selena is angry because she doesn't understand.
Oh, all right. Well, that does put a little bit of a different
Also,
color
it's
on things,
usually
I
a bad idea
suppose.
to tell new pups that you had a role in either not saving or killing their old family.
Is that what they thought?
Mm-hmm. I guess. I didn't actually roll an insight check on Selena, so this is mostly assumptions.
I mean, it's a fair assumption to make.
Yeah.
Because that's basically what she asked, and he basically said, "Eh."
Interesting. Yes, that would be a rather significant faux pas. Mistake. Yes.
She clearly understands the second word and not the first one.
See, he's learning. It's some very wise counsel, Lulu. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. I'll try and smooth things over, though I don't think they like me much better. But I don't think you're actually a leader.
Oh, goodness, no, absolutely not. I just know things and try and tell them to the people that can do something about it.
Okay, when you're telling people, be better at it.
Clear and concise.
Yes and no, 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 no. More the no than the yes. Be kind. Okay, so you see the future.
Frequently.
Lulu, who will, like, how sturdy do the bookcases look?
They're built into the wall.
Okay, so you already authorized the destruction of other chairs, so she doesn't get that. She'll, like, lean out, put a foot on a chair. If I kick, what's gonna happen?
Well, depending on how hard, it will move from there to there, sustain probably some scuffs on the finish.
Mm-hmm. Words do that too. If you say mean things or things that are, okay, so that's gonna get the chair to the point it needs to be at. But it's also gonna scuff the chair. I could get up and move it, and maybe that takes longer, but also that's not going to scuff the chair.
Very apt metaphor. I think I see your point. Yes.
You know, when you turn into a wolf that sometimes attacks their allies, you learn to talk about it with people in advance.
I will do that.
Talk about turning into a wolf that attacks their allies?
Yep. It's a metaphor.
Lulu understands metaphors. She just isn't that smart when it comes to book learning.
So, something along the lines of, here are my capacities, here's how I hope to help. If this is the path you choose to take, I will be here to assist.
That's good. What's also good is, and Lulu will put out a hand. Hi, I'm Lulu. I'm from accurate description of the area. Yeah,
The uncharted frontier, right?
I'm from the uncharted frontier. I enjoy long runs and fighting things and basket weaving. It's nice to meet you. I look forward to working with you, and I hope we can be friends.
Yes. No, I did.
Yeah, no one you've ever worked with has ever done that. So this is very alien territory for you.
Yeah, that's not how wizards interact with each other. They're like, other wizard, there you are. Okay.
Not necessarily how most people interact with each other. Lulu was literally raised by wolves.
By a wolf and a bunch of wolf-like entities.
We were as wolf as we were human on the whole.
Yes, that sort of introduction didn't really happen. Can you answer me this, then? Why does it seem that might be more necessary with some of the group than others?
Well, some of us were told to be here. Everyone's going to react to things differently.
True.
And Lulu will put her foot on the bookcase. If I kick this, what do you think's going to happen?
Probably very little. Although some of the books might fall out.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. No, quite.
And also, I tracked you here. I knew you were here. I knew I was coming to meet with you and work with you.
Yes. The lack of foresight exhibited by most people is sometimes difficult to remember.
So try and be nice to them so that they start to understand that. That part's always gonna be what it is, but if they understand that that's because you struggle with that and not because you don't care, some of them will be better. Some of them might not be, but some of them will be.
Very good. Yes. No. Quite wise.
How sturdy are the pillars in that large open room?
They're granite, so they're pretty sturdy. I mean,
What are the odds that I could shift one of them if I tried hard enough?
chip one of them? You could probably chip one of them without too much
shift.
trouble.
Like,
Shift. Well, they are technically, as you look at them, they are literally one piece. It's not like it's separate pieces rested or mortared on. That's literally looks like it was carved out of a single chunk of granite.
okay. Well, I don't understand how this magic works, so I'm gonna stick to breaking furniture.
Yeah, you'd have to be able to move the entire mansion in order to move this.
Or just break the pillar off of the room's
Yes.
floor.
Or just snap
At
the
which
pillar.
point Gwenfron's magic goes off like someone's attacking the magic of the. People foresight. Worth using.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, I will definitely take what you've said under consideration and make some strides in that direction tomorrow. Unfortunately, I need to do a bit of research before resting for the evening. If you need anything, I will be in the heavily secured door on the 3rd floor. The Major Domo will guide you to your room, should you require rest yourself. Baths, of course, if you care to engage in that are downstairs. Was there anything else?
That was a really elaborate explanation for why we have harvest festivals, but I appreciate that it was shiny.
Excellent. By the way, I'm a native of Kor, and I like making sure that the world stays in one piece.
Mm-hmm. Nice to meet you.
Likewise, Lulu. And he will get up and smile and walk away.
As we still don't have Korbyn quite yet, we'll go ahead and follow Gwynferon.
He's honestly going to just be going up and doing what research he can in
Also,
his lab.
Make me an intelligence saving throw again, by the way.
Okay. That
You suddenly
is a
23. You suddenly realize that the reason why your scrying didn't work was probably because you're not on the material plane.
Son of a bitch.
That's
that I'm in a pocket dimension. That was my bad.
That's sort of been processing in the back of your brain, and you didn't quite click until just now.
It's that part where you're in the middle of something and you're in the middle of a conversation with someone, and then you go and you're like, oh, that's why that other thing that I did earlier today.
Yep.
So I guess as Gwynferon turns the corner, Lulu, you just hear "son of a bitch."
Yeah. But it doesn't seem like it was directed at anything you discussed with him.
As Gwynferon suddenly clicks.
God fucking damn it. Planar restrictions are annoying.
So, what are you looking up?
He's actually going to go up and cast divination. If that's the one I'm thinking of. Checking the book. From the is the one where you get to ask, hey, is this going to work out? Yeah, he's going to go ritual cast divination to ask is proceeding directly into the tower wise if we are attempting to root out the corruption there.
The tragic thing about this spell, as the resident absurdly high ratio of clerics, is that unfortunately it could go either way answer.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. Yes, no, maybe.
You get back. Sorry, hang on. You get back a curious response. Who are you asking, by the way?
Yes.
He'd be asking the is it? I'm trying to remember what the two-faced god.
The Sundered God.
Sundered God, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. You get back yes and no.
That is the Sundered God.
That's fair.
They seem to be, and the implication seems to be that that is a way to proceed. It will have a result, but it's impossible to tell what the result will be because of the area that it is in.
Okay.
Demons are known for chaos. They're not exactly good for guessing stable results.
Demons
I didn't go ask a demon.
Demons are several variables.
Yes, they are. Cool. All right. But yeah, that's pretty much what Gwynferon will be doing, and then probably spending the rest of his time in the library and then going to bed.
All right. Is there anything else anybody's doing before going to bed?
Not unless any of the side group comes back, which I realize we don't have full context of.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to the scene between Hope and Korbyn we will have when Cody gets back online.
Yep.
Cody's
Yep.
power is still out, so until we hear back from him, that's something we're just not going to be able to do right now. Because I don't know what you two were planning to do. So
Let's cut.
We'll
Let's cut.
have a
this-
full flashback scene later.
Let's cut to
Yes.
have John narrate a scene between two random NPCs who happen to have encountered each other at a bar.
cut to the Misfits Respite 5 seconds after Hope leaves. The entire tavern turns and goes, "You think she's onto us?" "No, I don't think she is." "All right, good." So Hope,
Barbarian rogue combo. Not
What's yours?
very good at social
It's like-
interactions. Fun. It's real fun. I'm gonna go try and
Selena's
recruit
our
there.
only high charisma character now, isn't she?
Yeah.
so if you go to the Adventurers Guild, there are many people who have powers in the divine areas there.
I don't think she'd go to. Well, that might be a good idea. Hope's gonna pace for a while. It's going so well.
Do you want to get Screech as a healer?
No.
If you need a healer, there are also druids.
One. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
Lelian is here.
Wow, the last druid we had broke.
And
Yeah.
thus far, no one in the party seems to have contentious feelings about Lelian.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know though. Well, Hope is incredibly picky. So let's go.
Hope? No, that doesn't sound like Hope at all.
I mean, you say
So,
that, but she asked
Hope
Korbyn
could
out on a
post
date.
a job
so-
offering and
Yeah,
interview
like-
dozens of people.
I have very specific reasons why I asked.
Like,
yes.
you say that, but that Selena's a friend of hers.
Yes, for very specific reasons.
Like,
Yeah.
Selena's a friend, and you're anyway.
Just
Yep.
saying, the standards may not be as high as Hope thinks
Yeah.
they are.
It's very picky and not like consistent. Like
Yeah.
there's not an outside ruler that you could measure this by. They're internally.
So yeah, if you go to the Adventurers Guild, there are many divine people that you could divine casters that you could find and talk to.
Nope. I'm not going to the Adventurers Guild. I'm going to go because stall some time. I'm gonna go to the Temple of Loretha
Okay.
and
So
ask for a cleric.
So you're going to the Scale Bearers Temple.
Yes.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So you go to Temple of Loretha, the Scale Bearer. You find yourself in a perfectly symmetrical building. You're standing
Yep.
outside a perfectly symmetrical building
Mhm.
that has a set of scales perfectly balanced above the door. The building is square. It's one of the more Loretha's temples are one of the more odd pieces of architecture in any city. Rather than having like a typical like steepled roof or anything like that, or columns or things, they are just perfectly flat on 4 sides, square, or on 6 sides technically, square, flat roof, with a steel rectangular door in the front and a perfectly balanced scale above the door. They have circular windows in the walls, each with stained glass depicting something that is perfectly symmetrical.
Mm-hmm. Abstract art. my nemesis. I really want to tip the scale up top.
Well,
Dang it.
it's embedded in the wall. It's not like
yeah, I
it's
know.
not a thing you
Get
can
up
tip.
You say that, but we're level 7. We're level 15. So I'm going to have to disagree with you.
I mean, Hope does not have shape Earth.
Could still try. All right. Okay. We need a cleric. I'll go in. I don't like being in here.
Okay. You open the door.
Mhm.
Walk in.
Mhm.
It's getting towards sort of towards evening, not quite dark yet,
Yeah.
but so there's still these sort of circular pillars of light penetrating into the building from the windows all around. Perfectly arranged pews leading up, exactly 12 pews leading up to an altar that is dead center in the towards the back of the room. Standing at the altar, there is a woman who is sort of flipping through a book. Looks up at you, and sort of as you lock eyes, she's not an ASMR. You're pretty certain. You sort of have that instinctual knowledge of ASMR. She sort of tilts her head. How may I be of assistance? And welcome to the Temple of Laretha, the Scalebearer.
Sweet. It's very nice. I was wondering about contracting a cleric. We're going to go into the Tower of the Gods, and we need some help.
Well, we certainly have healers on staff who could be of assistance to you. Is there a particular type of person you are looking for?
Preferably not a talkative one. I don't know. We're still the group is not particularly getting along.
All of our healers are currently occupied healing on helping to recover from the siege that the city was just under. It will be a couple of days before they're available. When were you planning on needing them?
Tomorrow.
Well, if you could wait a few days, we would certainly have our pick, but they will still be helping with the aftermath tomorrow.
Is there anyone free?
She seems like she's waiting for you to finish that sentence.
Anyone free doesn't... Not everyone wants to help heal the...
We don't have a very many number of healers here.
All right. Fine then. Well then, I want to talk to your manager. I have an appointment and I don't exactly know when it is. They didn't really stick around for the...
In the back of your head, you hear, "Really? That's the line?"
Let me speak to your supervisor.
It worked last time. Shush.
Last time you were in a place of business that has managers.
No,
This is This is a temple.
Point me in the right direction. So, okay. It's still... They collect gold. It's still...
Do you mean the wait for me to find
High
the
priest slash high priestess slash high terminology.
Yes. Do you mean
Skater? I think that's the title, right?
Usanis?
Oh. Is that her name? Do
Yes.
I actually know her name?
Yes.
This is the first I'm hearing this name.
You met her You barged into her office, remember?
I was about to
Yes,
say that was.
But no one
Forgot
said
the
her
name.
name during that discussion.
No.
The
I just had- it was just
the platinum
the title.
judicator,
Okay.
Yusanis.
I was about to say because I have heard that name before.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
She is also out with military. If you would like, you could go find High Captain Lorien. I believe you can find her as well as the other judicators at his side.
Oh, fine. Okay. This is just great timing all around. Okay. I'm just gonna sit and pray for a while. Carry on.
Very
I'm
well.
gonna go sit off to the side. Like, I'm trying to disturb the stupid balance because it's bothering me.
The back of your head, you hear. You sort of see that as you do that, she sort of instinctually moves to the other side of the room and
Ugh.
starts tending on something. In the back of your head, you hear, there are other temples you could go desecrate.
This one's here, and you're in the back of my head.
Yep, I am. That doesn't give you any bonus desecration points or anything. It's just
It
we don't keep score.
Mm,
You're the
wanna put
adjudicators. You
desecration points
definitely
system
keep
for
score.
5e now.
No, the judicator does. Not the
The scale bearer definitely keeps score.
the scale bearer does. Yes, not the Devas.
That's fair.
The Devas don't. The Devas are a manifestation of the Asamar's individual personality and psyche. They're not actually directly connected with them.
okay.
Yeah, no, you grew that thing, Hope.
Don't tell Hope that.
That is your stand.
Yeah.
God.
Today we're back to JoJo. What about
Don't tell Hope that. I don't think Hope can handle that idea.
No.
Don't tell Hope that, or she may get on the roof and use that barbarian rogue combination of cleverness and punching to really disrupt the balance.
what about
What?
Kor?
What about Core?
He has temples.
Yeah, but he's in charge of. His name is on the city. I'm pretty sure all of his clerics are going to be busy too.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
yeah. See.
What about Valkyr?
Maybe that could work. He was-
Or
Dagon.
or Argon.
Marduk.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, I'd say Marduk, but you said you didn't want somebody who was a talker, and that's definitely going to be a talker.
Oh no!
Marduk-
No.
I mean, if you want someone
Something-
nurturing, Argon is probably the choice.
Marduk's clerics are like the bros. They're super bros.
Oh, yeah, that would be
Marduk's
worse.
clerics include a large number of divine soul sorcerers because they have to have that charisma.
No, I want someone who's not going to lecture at us and is just gonna heal.
I mean,
Oh, so a Reddenir.
yeah, I mean, the goddess of desire probably.
Perfect. Okay.
She ain't gonna lecture for shit.
Yep. No, let's go there then. All right.
So you sort of leave as
God,
you
stop
leave. The
nonsense.
priestess moves back over to the altar. Just perfectly
Ooh.
mirroring your steps in order to balance as you
What
leave.
can I do to mess up the? I really want to mess up the temple now. Just real
Do it.
bad.
Do it.
Yeah, just real bad. What do I have? I have a jar of acid ?
Oh, from way back. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Do it.
There are pews in this temple, right?
There are healers. They're busy.
No,
Pews.
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 The things that people sit
Wooden
on.
benches.
Aren't they
Yes.
called pews?
Yes, they're
Yeah,
called
pews.
pews.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Yep.
The wooden
Okay.
benches that melt under acid.
Uh-huh.
And remember, this is acid ?
This is acid ? I have no idea what it's
It's
gonna
probably
do.
just pee. It's probably just a big
I
jar
think
of pee.
that this is something that Hope scraped off of the floor that was definitely eroding stuff.
No,
Oh, okay.
this was bought from a sketchy alchemist.
Oh, okay. Even better.
This was bought from a sketchy alchemist
Definitely.
here in Core, actually. Now that I
Definitely
think
just a
about
big
it.
jar of pee.
Was it? No, it was.
It was either
It's
here or in
green,
Underhold.
for one.
I can't remember when I bought it.
Oh, that's
yeah.
right. Hope was haggling.
Yes.
Yep.
For one, it's green, so...
Yeah. Oh no! It was in Illinois because I had a plan for that, which did not happen because I instead jumped on the dragon orb, which was a worse idea. Okay.
Which is a better idea.
Yes. Am I gonna do it?
There's a
Yeah.
space for that. Oh.
I love
think
how
this is
we've
I
just
think
sort of
this is gonna be a
decided
bad
as a group.
idea.
But I really want to.
I mean, you've never listened to me before. Why would you start now?
I have to listen to you sometimes, occasionally.
I love...
Do you just
I
throw
love
it and
that-
run?
Hmm?
Do you just throw it and run?
Or do you do it subtly so they won't know to fix it?
I don't know. This is. I don't even know.
I do love that Hope's Deva's ideas are just as bad as Hope's, just
Just a different direction, yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I'm gonna do it. And I'm just gonna, as I stand up from the pew, I'm just gonna leave it slide over to the side and leave it propped against the part that goes down across from the bench, the side.
Mhm.
And then as
The
I go, I'm
armrest.
just gonna tip it over with my foot
Okay.
and then walk away.
Ting, 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 ting.
I left it undone.
Oh, did
So-
you uncork it?
Yes, I uncorked
Okay.
it first. Yes.
So, make a perception check.
Okay. Let's make bad decisions. 14.
Okay. So you sort of kick it over and and you notice nothing spills out immediately. You start walking away, and you see it starts to the sort of the green liquid in it,
and Hope gets arrested
Pours
for the second
out.
time.
and then enlarges, and enlarges, and enlarges, and the priestess sort of turns over and looks and has the shocked look on her face
As a gelatinous cube appears out of...
as a gelatinous cube engulfs the pew.
Oh my goodness. Well, now I have to fight this thing.
As
Or
Hope
you could
gets-
run.
As Hope gets arrested for terrorism.
It's not terrorism. Sorry.
You did this explicitly
Political
to
science,
arrest
right?
people and scare people.
There are specific things that categorize something as terrorism on an ideological level, specific things that categorize terrorism on a legal level. This would be the defacement of property in a way specifically targeting a certain religion.
And
It's a hate
potentially
crime.
Either way,
negligent
there is a
endangerment.
gelatinous cube that has just pulled itself out of a vial and is
Oh.
eating a pew. What you doing, Hope?
Yeah, that motherfucker's probably hungry. You've been carrying him around how long?
I'm gonna go and attack it.
Okay.
It's raged.
All right. Go up and make your attack.
Okay.
At the back of your head, you hear, bad idea, bad idea, bad idea.
What?
Look at this. It was a bad idea.
I will make an attack with the scimitar. It's gonna eat it, isn't it? Dang it. Oh well. 28,
It's a magical weapon. It won't.
7, and 2.
That hits.
Second attack,
Okay.
24, 9, and 2.
Okay.
Bonus action attack.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm gonna die and miss my date. Dang it. 16.
That hits.
I'm attacking a gelatinous cube in a temple.
See what happens when you get knocked
As one
offline?
does.
A gelatinous cube. A gelatinous cube that she put in the temple.
Yeah, technically. All right.
Not even technically. In all respects.
Supposed to-
I mean,
supposed
Tech-
to
tech,
I
stand on
didn't know
top
it's
of the
gonna be
cage,
gelatinous.
lift the gate, and then let it scurry out that way. Not stand out in front and say, "Now be free."
it is something that technically happened and actually happened as well.
All right, its turn.
Yep.
Does a 17 hit you?
Yes. That's my armor class.
All right.
Oh, good.
This is gonna go great.
You take 7 points of acid damage,
Okay.
and I
Did
need you to
we
make a
heal-
dexterity saving throw.
Okay. I'm trying to remember. Did we have time to heal since the
Nope.
fight? Nope. And I didn't spend any hit dice. All right, this is gonna go great. That was 7 points of acid damage.
Yep, 7 points of acid damage.
Okay. All
And
right.
I need to make a
cool.
dexterity save.
Roll well.
Don't you get an
16.
advantage on those?
That's fairly
No.
All right.
As our revenant dies to the most stupid cause.
Wait.
I was
wait.
gonna say it actually is totally
Um,
okay because Gwen can
something-
find her if she dies.
Yeah. Danger
True.
sense.
You-
Danger
you-
sense. I don't know if this would be
It
part
would
of it,
not
but
be
I
a
have
spell.
advantage.
No.
Okay. All right.
You do, however, get out of the way as the cube tries to enter your space.
Okay.
I
It's
believe
now,
danger sense is just effects that you can see.
it's
Yeah.
now your turn. This isn't.
Yeah.
It's not an effect.
Against
it's an attack.
areas, I believe danger sense is.
Yep. Yeah.
No, it
Alright.
just says effects that you can see, such as traps or spells.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Not.
It's
Did
a
you
little
say-
vague, but I
don't-
Advantage on dexterity saving throws against effects that you can see.
Yes.
It doesn't specify area of effects. It's anything that causes a dex
Yes.
save that
Okay.
you can see happening.
Yes.
GM has made a ruling and she made the save anyway, so.
Yeah.
Is it going? Okay. I could destroy the temple more. Or I'll keep hitting it for now.
priorities.
All right. So 20. I'm
That'll
just
hit.
gonna roll them all at once. 24.
That hits.
12.
That hits.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
They're not hard to hit.
I was gonna say,
It's a
It's
challenge
a-
rating 2
11.
monster.
It's an acre.
Yeah.
It's an acre of
11.
Jello.
12. And 11.
Add all that together for me with the previous one because I'm currently readjusting cameras.
Yep.
34.
No problem.
You did 28 previously. That makes it.
That makes it a
11
total of
plus
62.
12, 11. 34 plus 28. 62, yeah.
Yep. All right.
Mhm.
Its turn again.
Okay.
Gelatinous cubes. Giant square
I-
blocks of hit points.
Well, a 20 hits you.
Yes, definitely.
A natural 20, I should say.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
Oh, good.
You take 24 points of acid damage,
All right.
and I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
How many hit points do you have left?
33.
Okay, you should be
See?
fine as long as you make this save.
Why do you speak, Jeremy? Why do you speak, sir?
Because of things like
Because
this
he
happen.
does this on purpose.
We're very proud of you.
So with a natural
Also,
one,
so happy.
My God.
with a natural one, Hope gets engulfed by the gelatinous cube and takes 10
Let's-
points of acid damage.
Let's be clear. Unless this is a buffed version of a gelatinous cube, anything a 5 or above you would have been okay with.
Yeah, this is a normal gelatinous cube. This is not a buffed gelatinous cube. DC 12.
This guy
was
just
the
bottled one to fuck with people that try and haggle too hard.
All right. So you can't breathe.
Okay.
You are restrained.
Huh?
and you're going to be taking a lot of damage on its turn if you don't get out.
Okay. All right. My turn?
Yep, you can use your action to try to make a strength check, or you can try to attack it with disadvantage from within.
I'm going to do my action to turn on radiant consumption,
Okay.
actually. Okay.
That's fine.
First, I get a hit point back. So 24.
Yeah!
And then radiant consumption is on.
It is. It is.
Gonna die.
How much damage has it already taken, by the way?
Huh?
It was like 60 something?
62.
62?
2,
All right.
62.
How much damage does it take from the radiant consumption?
And can I use my reaction or bonus action to try and hit it with disadvantage from inside?
No.
Because why not?
Isn't your bonus action to attack something that you get when you make an attack?
Technically the bonus action is just a feature of the sword.
Oh yeah, that's right. No, that's right. That you have the swift scimitar. That's right.
Yep.
So yes, you can.
Mhm. So I will try. 'Cause I don't want in here.
Uh,
God dang. Natural one.
Give me a second natural one. 215s.
15.
They hit. Roll damage.
Okay. 5 and 2 and
So that makes
it
70.
gets
24 for a total of 86.
and then it takes
Or that's 7, so plus your 17.
and 15 points of radiant damage, and then at the end of
Fif-
my turn it's 7 points of radiant damage, and I take 4, so I'm at 20 now.
So 7 plus 15 plus 7
Is 29.
plus, what was it at previously?
62 is 91.
91? Okay. With the radiant with your radiant energy flowing off your body, the cube just sort of melts around you, letting you loose, and the bench that it was on is mostly dissolved as well.
You
The
would've
priestess, the priestess is just staring at you.
Oh, okay. I turn it off. I turn radiant consumption off.
You would have taken 66 acid damage.
Yep,
I would be unconscious.
you'd be dead.
You'd be dead.
Not in. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's acid.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. I'm not dead yet, though. Okay. You appear to have had a gelatinous cube problem. I solved it.
Make me a deception roll.
Okay.
Oh!
This is day-to-day life for adventurers. Just play it off like it was totally not your fault. These things just
That's
show
a
up
really
around
good
you.
roll for me. 14.
All right.
Um,
The priestess appears to be too stunned to react, and in the back of your head you hear, "Run, run now! Don't look
Go.
back, just go."
Uh-huh. Going. I walk away quickly. I go into the Adventurers Guild.
Don't members of the Adventurers Guild get some level of like diplomatic immunity essentially?
Yes.
So-
Winferon's just got a
it
weird
depends.
taste in his mouth right now for no discernible
It's
reason.
just like a copper taste. It tastes like ozone.
So, Korbyn, you're back at the Adventurers Guild when Hope walks in looking like she just got devoured by a gelatinous cube.
Hi.
You
She looks like she just took a bath in chlorine.
look like you just ran into something you shouldn't have. Where have you been all day?
Goody, can you adjust your mic up slightly? It's a little far away from your mouth.
Yeah.
There you go.
Better?
I was
Mhm.
at the Temple of the Scalebearer trying to get us a cleric. They didn't have any available. They'll have some in a couple days, and then I may have released a gelatinous cube and then had to fight it and accidentally got swallowed by it. Long story short, we don't have a cleric.
Okay. So in a couple days then?
Yep. Couple days.
I mean, you were also thinking about going to the Temple of Aradnir to...
We could go
Or-
to some other temples and ask around, but
Or any
Yeah.
of the adventurers in the Adventurers Guild.
Or here. I don't know.
Yeah.
My gods.
Do I know any adventurer clerics?
There is actually one in the building right now that you've had drinks with before. His name is Zeno. He is an Air Ganassi, and apparently a divine spellcaster of some kind.
I mean, I know a guy that
He's like off in one
works
corner.
through works through the guild, and I'll kind of like point my chin at him.
Yeah, you see this blue-skinned individual with a tuft of with sort of a white hair cut into like a warrior's ponytail. It's shaved on the sides and then pulled back into a ponytail on the top. Wearing sort of loose-fitting brown robes that look more like he'd be at home on a beach than in combat. With a sort of leaning back with a staff in one hand, idly tapping it as he's talking with another group of adventurers over drinks. The staff is this long wooden staff with a metal ring on top that has 6 other smaller metal rings on either side of the staff that sort of jingles as he taps it. And he's just sort of sitting there chatting back and forth with another adventurer.
Is he talkative?
Am I? Why would I talk?
No. Is he talkative?
I don't know.
No? Okay.
I just know that he casts divine
All right,
magic
we'll
of
just
some
see
sort.
what he says. I'm gonna go over and ask him. I go over,
I'll
just
order
still.
you
I
something.
haven't made an effort to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You walk over to his table. The conversation sort of dies down as you approach, and they look over at you. Yes.
Flick a little bit of Jello off. We need a cleric.
I
for
can
our group.
see that.
Right now, we
Going
need a
into
cleric
the Tower
right
of
now.
the Gods tomorrow, and we may need some assistance.
The Zeno reaches over and, may I?
Sure.
Let's see what he has. Yeah. He sort of reaches over and just puts a hand on your shoulder, and you regain 70 hit points as he casts heal on you.
Sweet. All right. I am almost up to
Just
full.
Somebody's desperate for work.
All right.
No, he just could tell.
Somebody really wants this job.
No, he can just very easily tell when somebody's almost dead. It's like he does this for a living.
Okay.
Sure, if you guys need a cleric, I guess. Weren't you guys running with Boldrin?
Yeah, but he left.
He elected to stay elsewhere.
Oh. Sure, I guess.
Sweet.
Does it pay?
Yes. Do I know like a standard rate?
Yeah. For something like this, it'd probably be about 1,000 gold.
For one like adventuring thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So 1,500? And you don't try and talk to too many of us because we've got we have some stuff going on. It's a little bit there's just some stuff.
1,500 and I don't get in your business? Sounds good to
Yep.
me.
All right, sweet. I hand over 1,500 gold.
He
There
takes
goes
it.
all my gold. All right, cool. Yeah.
Pick me up here tomorrow, I guess.
Sounds good. Will do. Thank you much.
Right. And he goes back to his conversation.
Okay. That was good. Okay.
That was productive.
Yep. Uh-huh. So, I tried to find someplace for us to go, but they were no idea what was going on. So, what do you want to do?
You you asked me.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
You people are the worst. at
Yes.
this.
Yep.
Pretty much. All right.
Perfect.
I mean, if Selena had more alcohol, we could always raid her bag again, and that's always fun. But
See, the last time that happened, though, it was bad. My brain tried to kill me, so not
Yeah,
doing
'cause-
that again.
was it your brain or the
Yeah, it
little
was
dude that's
a
in
very
there?
high-pitched whistling sound. It's very, very high-pitched.
Yeah.
And we don't have we have a cleric, but you have to go and get him first, and I feel like that would take entirely too long. There'd be a lot of time with me in a fetal position with the noise in my head. So, no.
Yeah, that would not. Won't recommend that again.
Because I was thinking, so first thought was, let's find something to crash because we are rich now, and I've never been this rich. And
Me neither.
there are fancy parties that go on here that I've always wanted to go to. So that'd be fun. Or, I don't know, we could go try and find. The problem is that the city was like recently under siege, so the social events are at a minimum. This is just
Recently,
great.
as in until 5 hours ago.
Yeah.
recently.
Somebody
Entirely
had to
too
be
recently.
fundraising now. No. I mean, neither of us have either had this much money.
Mhm.
Let's go hit up the most expensive shops in the town and see what they got.
Yes. Okay.
Their
I like
date,
it.
Their date is a shopping trip.
That's right.
I feel like
There
Selena
it
was a
a
cross.
shopping trip explicitly based on the premise of lottery winning type money.
I
You got
feel
all
like
that money
Selena
now.
at one point came down from her room to get more alcohol, stopped at the bar, looked over, heard about half a sentence of that conversation, was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake," and just walked back upstairs.
Yeah. As Gwynfron keeps on getting these weird half impulses of thing.
Yeah, we could go shopping, or yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I
Are there
don't know
any?
a whole lot of fancy party. I'm not the.
Seemed kind of fun. I don't know.
Make me a history check.
Both of us or
Yeah.
Cool.
4.
17.
Hope, you don't know much about fancy parties, but you do know someone who does. I say, as you catch a glimpse of Selena having grabbed a bottle of alcohol and walking back up the steps.
Okay. Yep. I'm going after Selena.
Oh my god!
Oh boy, I'm so excited.
Selena.
See, halfway up the stairs. Fuck.
Selena.
I was so
Turns
close.
around. Hey there, sunshine. How you doing?
Good.
What the
Almost
fuck
got
happened to
swallowed
you?
by a gelatinous cube. Great. Doing great. Everything's good. Mostly dried off now. So
That's not how acid works, Mara.
that's how Jello works.
It's not how
So-
Jello works either, actually.
How cleric magic works.
I'm going with it. So Korbyn and I are on a date and don't know what to do. Do you have any
She's just staring. Just like,
Selena, I want this to go well, and I just got swallowed by a gelatinous cube almost, and I was afraid that it wasn't going to happen, and now it might, and so I just need something, an idea.
okay, so there's so many questions. I have so many questions. I think, oddly, because I feel like this isn't a question that should need to be asked, but foremost on that list was, you got attacked by a gelatinous cube, and you didn't bother to, you didn't think, sorry, let me rephrase. You didn't think to maybe, after that, I'm not even going to ask how, but after that strange occurrence happened, take a bath before your date?
No? Is that... Okay, so...
You're literally caustic to be around right now.
Well, yeah,
no,
it sort of
never mind.
burns.
No, that's
Yes,
fine.
okay.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say Korbyn's into that.
Okay.
All right. So this is like a real date, not like a manipulative date, right?
No.
No, it's not a real date. It's a manipulative date.
No to the set. I don't. I'm very confused.
Because
Okay.
they're two very different kinds of dates.
No, it's actual date.
Okay.
Like him.
A manipulative date, you go. I'm gonna put a pin in that part of it. A manipulative date. What you think the other person wants to do that you really don't want to, but that it's anyways, an actual date.
Yeah.
You do something that you guys both really what you have in common.
Okay.
And I actually want to know the answer because I don't know the answer to this.
Okay, I've got it. All right. Cool. No, I have an idea.
In the back of your head, you both like punching things.
Yeah, exactly.
You're both adventurers.
We like hitting things. There's that guy in the center of town. We could try and find him again. Let's do that. Okay, this is great.
Yes, you should absolutely go do that. Oh my god.
Do you want to come with? I don't know if we'll defeat him by
I
ourselves.
am not
but maybe...
going with you on your date.
Oh. All right. Thanks, Selena.
Literally
welcome.
just asked Selena to third wheel.
I mean, that's not the only possibility. Hope may have also been asking Selena out in addition to Korbyn on the
That
same
is also
date.
Yeah,
true.
hope maybe Polly. It's true.
I feel
I'm
like that's
gonna
something you
go-
would wanted to run past Korbyn first, but
Yeah. You just...
I'm gonna go
As
to my
someone who
room
is actively
now.
poly, yes, you
Yes.
would have.
Yes, no,
Run that by
absolutely.
first.
Yes, you do.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go to my room now,
Okay.
and I will
For-
probably not
For
be
the very small percentage of people that actually watch Final Show Films productions for the dating advice, let me be very clear.
Yes, let us be
let's be
incredibly
incredibly clear.
Be not
That
us.
is true. Also, don't watch this show for dating advice. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Although in that particular strata, we do have the highest count of poly people per capita in podcast form. So
that
I mean,
may
that's
be
probably
accurate.
not inaccurate, but at the same time, I'm really confused about how you crunch those numbers.
it's a very long process. It's very boring. Anyways,
Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go back to my room.
Okay.
I'm going to be hopefully completely unconscious by the time you guys get done with your date. Have fun beating people up.
Thanks.
Use protection in every form of that phrasing.
I go back downstairs.
I go drink.
Okay.
How much and how fast?
Was originally planning to.
Hang
How
on.
quickly can I scrub this conversation out of my mind?
There's not enough alcohol for that. At least not here. You'd have to go to Illinois.
Really
I'm
good
going to make a game effort of it.
stuff.
I feel like Selena gets to a certain point and then starts getting the error message, you have used up that item, and keeps trying anyway.
Oh.
So how's that conversation? It looked animated.
Yep. No, I just got some ideas. So we like to fight. We could go and fight that guy in the center of town, the one who just stands there and
yeah.
says he has a quest.
I forgot
So-
about that guy.
Yeah, that might be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd probably lose, but he's a pretty good sword.
Yeah,
Good win.
you just got almost 8x8 cube. You want to kind of maybe eat something real quick and we can take a break before we go over there,
Yeah, sure. That sounds good. Mhm.
aka a short rest.
Yes. We go to a waffle place.
You find
Yeah.
you
let's
find
go
a
to
waffle place,
Yes.
and you have waffles.
Awesome.
And
All
you
right.
get to have a short rest.
I take
Do you
a
want to?
short rest.
Do you want to take a bath or anything like that too?
I'm just going to go and fight again.
Wait, is core fantasy Atlanta and there's a Waffle House like every 3 blocks?
No, there's only one waffle place.
Oh, okay.
It's
That's
it's a gnomish place. Gnomes make waffles for some reason. No one really knows why or when, but they do.
Because
Wow.
35
I like
pounds
the
is the appropriate
thought that
amount
you
of
meant
weight
that
to
in
put
the
on the back
context
of a waffle
of
maker.
gnomes create waffles. No one's sure when they are made.
Exactly. No one's sure. No one has ever seen a gnome
Ah.
make a waffle. It's just where there are gnomes, there are waffles,
are
and this
waffles.
particular one made a place for it.
No. Waffle House will be everywhere when you guys are doing Terminus Tendency.
Excellent.
I
Yep. So we're
spend 2 of my hit dice.
So the two of you have a lovely dinner with waffles.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
What conversation do you have over the course of your waffles?
engaging and deep.
Roll me a charisma check.
No.
All right. Charisma check. I am smooth. Hey, that's
legitimately smooth.
yeah.
Korbyn legitimately provides a smooth and interesting half of the conversation. Hope.
Oh goodness.
Oh God, he's more eloquent than he looks.
All right. What is this? Is it a charisma saving
Charisma-
throw?
Just a
Charisma
charisma roll.
ability
Just a
check.
flat
Just a
charisma check.
check.
Hit the word charisma.
10.
Hope
Solidly middle.
provides conversation.
Solidly middle of the road.
So the two of you rest. You spend your hit die.
Hope's still a little frazzled by that gelatinous cube incident.
Korbyn occasionally reaches over and like wipes some gelatinous cube mess off of Hope's cheek.
Yeah, some other part
that.
that's coming drip down.
Yeah, it's just like you do the lean in close moment, it's that moment in a rom-com where where you're sort of reaching past to fix something and you get really close, just really close face up moment and just pick it off and throw it on the ground and go back to eating your waffles.
Still got some shit in your face.
Then eventually, you finish your meal.
Yep.
The two of you go to find the man who has been challenging people, has sort of had a standing challenge out in the city of Kor. He's not currently there.
Oh, damn.
What?
It's almost like the city was under siege, and most people had better things to do.
You would think, but
But he's always there.
I mean, admittedly, we've been gone for a really long time. Somebody could have.
Is there anyone around that we can ask? Anyone in this square area?
Sure.
Where did the giant guy go?
I'm,
He's usually
The guy with
standing
the
here.
sword.
I'm not
that challenged
actually
people.
sure. When the siege started, he just vanished. Thought he was fighting.
He vanished in the middle of fighting, or he went to go help.
I mean, he just wasn't here. I thought he went to fight. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you could check where they're recovered. They're like the medic tents or something. I don't know.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna look around. I'm not sure, because he was really powerful. If he's turned like invisible and just not engaged, because that kind of seemed to be his modus operandi. I don't know. Is
Alright.
there?
I'm trying to remember out of character if he told us another place to meet us because we talked after we fought last time.
No.
No.
He
Mm-mm.
basically said that he would always be there accepting challenges
Yeah.
until someone beat him.
Yep. Maybe someone beat him.
Yeah.
That's weird. Okay. Yeah, and glancing around, like I don't see a vacant spot where he might be standing. I don't know.
Standing
nope. Okay.
invisibly.
Yeah. Okay.
He's not in the
Um,
exact spot we left him. He's just off left.
That was my guess. I
It's
don't
like,
know. All right.
Nyeh. No, he's not anywhere nearby.
Okay. Medic tents. Yeah. Let's go there. And head over there.
All right. You head over to the medic tent, looking around. Aziel, by the way, was his name.
Okay.
Which is what I was distracted looking at.
Yeah.
Give me an investigation roll.
Find the angel in disguise. Not really in that great of a
I was gonna say.
disguise.
It's a terrible roll.
Yeah, you guys look around. He sort of stands out. He's not hard to miss. And you cannot seem to find him anywhere amongst where like the people that were recovering from the battle are or anything like that. No one that you talk to seems to recall seeing him on the battlefield.
Huh. He seemed to be kind of angelic of some sort. Should we ask some of the commanders if they know where he's
Yeah,
gone?
didn't Boldrin tell us he was an angel or something?
Yeah, he was some sort of angelic thing, right?
Yeah, Baldwin told you that
Yeah.
he was an angel.
Yeah,
Did I tell them he was a planetar?
Yes.
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
You didn't know of. Oh, no. You also. Yeah, Planetar of Core.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's like.
Oh.
Oh, planetar of the Hearth Protector. Yeah, he would be somewhere else when Core's under siege. That makes sense.
Uh-huh. Okay. So yeah. Based on my knowledge of anything, would I know? Does that mean he's not? Yeah, he's just not around.
Give me a religion check.
Yeah.
Maybe ask the
5.
head if
Maybe he's at the Core
They
Temple.
don't.
Maybe he's at the Temple of Core.
Yeah.
Maybe that'd be
Doesn't. He does. They don't talk to each other. But maybe if we ask it at the Temple of Core. Let's try that. I'm kind of worried now.
yeah, because him getting beat would have, I think, made news.
Yeah. I mean, we haven't been around for the news, but yeah, this is weird. Heading to the Temple of Core.
I feel like someone would have said, "Oh yeah, that guy got beat. It was spectacular."
Yeah.
So yeah,
Should have seen it.
Or that guy got beat. It was underwhelming. A guy had a fist and did it once, and it was a curb stomp.
They were getting ready to fight, and then he slipped and he fell and broke his nose, and it broke just the right way, jammed up into his brain, and he died. Really
No,
anticlimactic.
this one person dropped a vial and a gelatinous cube came out and he just sort of tripped into it. It was really weird. Anyways, so yeah, you head to the Temple of Core. The Temple of Core is a massive sort of Grecian structure, kind of, in sort of in the center of the city. has several like core. The tipples to core tend to have a lot of statutory. I think that's the word for statues.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I hear statutory. I think something entirely different.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, that's fair.
Statuary.
I think that
Especially
word is out of
statuary.
I think
vogue.
statuary. I think statuary is a place where you keep statues, not a large collection of statues.
But anyway, there's a lot of statues
Yes.
Yeah.
here.
There are
Especially
many
since
statues.
Earlier today, I wrote an article about Roman plants.
They have a lot of statues. They tend to have statues dedicated to the heroes of Kor and to Kor himself. This is where his most common depiction of this massive four-armed, four-winged angel entity sort of exists. So you head inside. There are sort of people milling about, taking care of. It seems like some of the wounded get brought here to be taken care of. There are clerics tending to the wounded, and priests sort of walking around saying, reciting prayers and rituals.
Walk up to one of the clerics.
Are you wounded? Do you require assistance? This is looking at Hope, whose clothes are still tattered from the gelatinous cube.
No, we're fine. We were wondering where.
Aziel.
Yeah.
is. Do you know who that is?
Aziel. Wasn't that the large man who was issuing sort of a challenge in the middle of the...
Yes.
Yes. I believe I did see him on the front lines, but it's odd. I don't recall seeing him after the battle ended. I recall seeing him racing across the battlefield, assisting those of us of the dedicated to Kor, repeatedly. And when the battle was over, I do not recall seeing him again.
Korbyn, I have a thought. Maybe that's what he was. Maybe that was his. Kinda.
Well,
Recruiting for.
I don't know how the gods work, but I mean, if we're in the temple. So, and I look at the cleric. Somebody in our group talked with Aziel.
Yeah, Aziel.
And so, what do you know what a planetar is? Because I don't. But
Yes,
he
they
was saying
are
something
the-
as important.
They're the mighty defenders of the gods. They are some of their most powerful subjects and creations. Angels.
Yeah. That man was one of them for your god. Can you call him and see if he'll come down here and fight us? I know that sounds stupid. That sounds stupid when I say it out loud like that.
I really want to get a list
it's a
of all of the
rematch.
temples we have pissed off at some point by destroying stuff and being really rude at them. Because I think we got up to 5 or 6 now.
He sort of pauses for a moment.
No, I have not been drinking. A
Well,
lot.
if he was a planetar, that would make sense as to why he was assisting those of the faith. Though if he was a planetar, I doubt very much that he'll be able to contact him for a while. Those of the divine creation, angels and the like, have a limited amount of power they can exert to maintain themselves in the material plane. They are beings of pure magical energy. To exist on this plane is a strain on them. And with all that he was doing, it would have indeed been a great one. He likely will not be able to reform on the material plane for some time. Weeks, maybe months. I can reach out and ask, but...
Ask if he's up for a rematch.
No.
The timing is a little off. Do I know of any? Well, no, we can go to a fighter training place, right? Where my character trained. We could go there, spar, and beat the shit out of regular people. That'll be fun.
Holy shit!
Oh,
It
yeah.
won't be as
it's
fair.
It will be really easy unless we got a bunch of them.
Oh,
So
Like
like,
20 of them at a time.
yeah. Well,
I mean, you could always go
if I
challenge.
do my-
You could always go challenge Fyodor to a fight.
I mean, if you want to find a fight, the best place is probably ask around the Adventurers Guild. Like, they are probably the most up for a fight powerful people around right now.
what we could do is go see if there's a big critter out in the woods that needs to be tracked down real quick.
Go
that
hunting.
could be.
Something that could be done in a night by
I
us
know-
at least.
I know actual couples who go hunting for their primary form
That-
of dating. So
that could be fun. Hopefully, we don't stumble into the Feywild accidentally. Yeah.
But yeah, let's go
Yeah.
do that. Rush back to go see if there's any critters that need killing.
There's always stuff in the southern forest that needs to be dealt with. Recently, there was apparently an oversized wyvern, a black-scaled wyvern that was encroaching on the forest territory to the south that was reported, never necessarily dealt with, but you go down there and check it out.
Yeah, let's go down there. You're okay with that?
Yeah. I just wanted to ask a question real quick. Because and I'm talking. This is me in character saying this to the cleric, or
Okay.
the priest we're talking to,
Okay.
whoever. Because I never asked about this, and I don't know if my David can answer, but blue stuff happens when I rage, like blue figures. What are those?
Could you be more specific?
I'm gonna rage again, cause why not?
I will push him back a safe distance because I know what's about to happen. I'll be like,
And
you don't wanna come over this way.
I will just hit like the floor or something. And that sort of triggers them to come up when I attack something.
So you slam the ground. These blue, these blue-tinged individuals sort of erupt from the ground, prepared to assist. The cleric looks at them. Oh my word! Can you make that go away, please?
Yeah. I drop rage and they go away.
Those are the souls of, I'm presuming, your ancestors coming to your aid. It is quite disconcerting to have ghosts rising in our temple. If you could please not.
Yeah, sure.
You can
Cool.
do that always now.
Yeah, okay. The souls? What? Okay. What is that? Who are they? I'm asking the voice in my head this time.
I assume your ancestors.
Yeah, but who are they? Because
Well, when a man and woman and sometimes other
No.
entities love each other very much, and sometimes there are
I
more
love
than
that
one.
the
and
Deva started with love themselves, and then was
And-
like, wait, that's us.
love each other, and sometimes there's more than
I
two,
know that
and
part.
sometimes they're not necessarily in that particular structural order. They bang, and then babies come out,
I know this already.
and then those babies get older. They bang, and then more babies come out, and that goes on and on until we get to you. And so those are them.
I know, but who were they?
I don't know. I wasn't attached to any of them.
Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go find something to kill. With violence.
Oh, man.
A lot of violence.
So, the
Yep.
two of you head south, out the southern gates of Kor, and into the forest as you're looking around and hunting. After a while, you come across the sounds of something massive being crushed. And you, assuming it's the wyvern, you immediately run out and try to find it. And upon reaching this clearing, you find a black-scaled wyvern currently being pushed into the ground by a massive bronze-scaled dragon who sort of looks over at you. And as it locks eyes with the two of you, that's where we're going to end for the night.
Oh no.
Best date
I'm about to
ever.
shit talk a dragon.
Say bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.